In this chapter, we will discuss the concept of leasing, a financial method through which one firm obtain assets and use it, and another firm provide services either in the form of assets or in the form of finance. In this lecture, we will cover two basic concepts. The one, the understanding of the lease transaction, that how we do this work in business. And second, we will understand the different type of leases which are practically possible in market. Whenever you heard this term lease, it means that you will keep in your mind that there are two people or the two business in which one is providing asset, and we call this person as a lessor, and the another person who is using or taking the asset for his or her business use is considered as lessee. So these are the two terms that we will use in the entire chapter. So whenever we are discussing a person who is providing assets and providing facilities for any other business, in the term of asset will be called lessor, and the person who is using it will be taken in the concept of lessee. One thing is important, that the legal ownership will remain with the person who is providing this asset, but the use of the asset will move to the person who is considered in this lecture as a lessee. So in the entire chapter, these two terms will come many times in the terms of lessor and lessee. So there is a difference. Lessor is taken as an owner or the supplier of the asset, and the lessee is taken as user of the asset for his business. It is possible that a small scale business can also use it, or a very large scale business can also use it. There are plenty of examples which are available in market where we use these two concepts. As per International Accounting Standard 17, there are two types of leases which are practically very popular. The one is called operating lease, and the second one is called capital lease. Operating lease means, for student perspective, you can take it as a rental activity in which a business providing assets has complete property rights, and if you are taking it, you can only use it for your business purposes. For example, for a short term, you need a generator for, let's say, a week or for a month or for 2 months. So naturally, you are not going to buy the generator. You will plan to take it for a short term basis, and whoever will provide you this asset, you will give him some rent. So under this condition, the maintenance and finance will be done by the person who is providing. And now I'm going to use the technical term. Then in that case, he will be taken as a lessor. As you can see on this slide, that it can be taken as a operating lease, or we can also call it service lease. The payment received by the lessor are usually not enough to allow the lessor to fully recover the cost of the asset. It means, let's say, the generator or the car that you are providing to another business, the value of that item is, let's say, 1 million, and you are only charging 50,000 or 1 lakh rupees for a specified time period. So in that case, we cannot say that the property or the cost will be recovered. So in operating lease, you generally use it for short-term purposes, and when your use is ended, you give it back to the lessor who provided you. The third point is also important, that the lessee has the right to cancel the lease before the expiration date. Means if you have taken it, let's say for a week, and your usage has ended in 5 days or 6 days, it is possible for you to give it back to the lessor. Generally, student financial lease is for a long-term purposes, and we use it for large scale assets. Let's say that I'm buying a plant, and rather than planning to buy the plant, we decided to take it on lease. It means that we will use it for 5 years or for 10 years or for 20 years. But in that case also, we can take the advantage of lease, and rather than buying it, we can take the facility from the financial market. And this type of long-term lease is generally called a financial lease. In this case, the insurance, maintenance, and taxes and other responsibility will rest on the lessee or the person who is using it. Naturally, you can understand that if you are taking something on a 5-year contract or a 10-year contract or a 2 years contract, and the cost involved in this one is quite high. So in this case, it is difficult to cancel this kind of contract once you have made it. And even if you are trying to cancel the contract, so naturally additional fine or penalty or some kind of charges must be borne by the business. I hope that this will give you the two fundamental concepts of operating lease and financial lease. I'm concluding it that in operating lease, we use it for the short-term purposes and property does not transfer from lessor to lessee. In financial lease, these we use for the long-term purposes, and it is difficult to cancel the contract without any fine or penalty.